Hey, welcome back to the Mobility Project. So recently we've been trying to spin up our gym a lot into the to get ready for the CrossFit Open qualifier. And what we're doing is a lot of squatting, a lot of very front dominant movements. Hang on one second, Bears. Well, a lot of front dominant movements. And what we're seeing is that athletes are having a lot of kind of soreness in the inside of the legs and the tightness of the quads, and it's definitely in this medial chain. And when our athletes come in after kind of some high volume exposure, this is where they always complain about being bitterly sore. You can test this and see the role of the adductors. You know, one hypothesis is the reason the knee comes in is the adductors are short or weak, they fire first. But one of the things you definitely can see is that in that bottom of that position, if your adductors are weak, what you'll find, or shortened in position or don't have enough sufficient length, it's lower torque to turn the feet in. It's one of the mechanisms that when we're looking at kind of solving the hip problem, you'll see that instantaneously that when you're in a stronger, kind of straighter foot position, 3 to 7 degrees, something like that, trying to put yourself into a good position, you'll find that there's a lot more torque to bounce off the bottom. In fact, when we see athletes soft, this is when we see athletes tend to collapse at the bottom of the hole, and then when the knees come in, there's nothing to kind of support the athlete except for the soft tissue bounce. And taking the hamstrings to that full load. When athletes land here, there's a much stronger kind of impulse to receive in that bottom position, and that's largely a factor of kind of having those adductors in a good position to be able to receive off that bottom position. So here's what we're going to do today. You may be distracted, in fact, by what's going on with the glasses, and I have to tell you, part of this today's MWOD is Kelly's favorite things. And I want to show you, we don't often pimp out a company, but this is called Stunner of the Month, S-T-U-N-N-E-R of the month. And for $9 a month, these guys will send you a brand new pair of glasses that make, frankly, mobilizing more sexy, more interesting. In fact, if there was a siren call, if there was some way to recognize another supple leopard out in the world, it would be their dope glasses. In fact, if I take this camera and face around, my wife is rocking her Stunners of the Month too. So anyway, just so you guys know, Stunner of the Month. There we go. Now we're going to continue on. New one. It's like Christmas every single day. Check it out. Your duty is to go to StunnerOfTheMonth.com. You're going to have a good laugh. So here's what. You've done the frog stretch before. We're going to do 3 pieces to work on the groin. 1, start load. Oh, load that hip up. And then I'm going to get tight and I'm going to squeeze my butt because I want to try to protect the joint, and then I'm going to fall. And if you don't squeeze the butt, you see the difference. So I need to squeeze the butt to support the joint, and then I'm going to let that leg just fall out to the side. And I'm going to contract 5 seconds, release, stretch a little bit further. Squeezing the butt keeps me from overextending and blowing off that torque. And I get a truer picture of what that looks like. Squeeze, release, squeeze, 5 seconds on, 10 seconds off, both sides. 2 minutes on this guy. What you'll find is your retest is, man, even just that bottom position gives you a lot more option to be able to keep the toe down and generate that torque, knee out, whatever that looks like. So that'll be your retest. Second piece is sometimes those tissues just get matted down, so we've just mobilized them. Someone asked me the other day why we sometimes will do the soft tissue second, and I think it's because normally when we restore a better position, a lot of times the soft tissue unlocks. So anyway, I want you to look at maybe just hammering on some of those soft tissues. This foam roller doesn't really do anything for me, but you might, oh, there's a tight spot, and you might kind of just camp out, and then look, I can start to twist, open that up a little bit. I can even tack and stretch, rolling out, and you'll probably find it's a little bit more tender towards the kind of further closer you get to your knee. Thanks, Jupiter. Wonder Dog. Stunner Dog of the Month. Roll back and forth here. Grab 1 or 2 minutes on a tender spot, and then finally, we're just going to be annihilating ourselves today on this medial chain. Reverse ballerina. Inchly rotate, belly tight. You got to squeeze the butt and turn away from, what's up, Chup? He's like a monkey. Squeeze your butt, turn away, and I want you to camp out and then pull that into further abduction and look into a little bit different corner that we didn't get over there. So thinking about opening up the hip so that I have more movement options. Bear Star, what are you doing? More movement options in that bottom position. All right? That's what's up. We'll see you guys tomorrow.